Good afternoon, students. So, your new chapter is Management of Resources. So, the introductory part. First of all, everybody or every day we carry out various activities. Think of any activity you do, and you will find that to complete that activity you need one or more of the following. First is your time, second energy, third money for purchasing required material, then knowledge, interest, motivation, skills, strengths, aptitude, material goods like paper, pen, pencil, colors, etc., water and air, school, building. So, all these time, energy, money, knowledge, interest, skill, material are resources. Resources are anything which we make use of while carrying out any activity. They help us in accomplishing our goals. So, there are two main resources. First is human and second is non-human resources. So first of all, human resources. Human resources are central to carrying out any activity. These resources can be developed through training and self-development. For example, knowledge regarding any field task can be acquired, skill may developed which will help you to develop aptitude. Let us read about human resources in detail. First is your knowledge. It is a resource one uses throughout one's life and is a prerequisite for carrying out any activity successfully. A teacher who does not have true knowledge of his her subject cannot become an effective teacher. One needs to be open to acquiring knowledge throughout one's life. So, second is your motivation and interest. There is a common saying, where there is a will, there is a way. This indicates that to accomplish any task, the worker must be motivated and interested in doing it. For example, if a student is not interested in learning a task even when other resources are available, he still may give excuses and not finish the task. We may pursue dance, painting, reading, fiction, art and craft and other hobbies as per our motivation. So, the third part is skill, strength, and aptitude. All individual may not be skilled in performing all activities. Each one of us has an aptitude in certain areas. We can therefore carry out activities in these areas better as compared to others. So, next is your time. It is a resource available to everyone equally. There are 24 hours in a day and everyone spends it in her own way. Time once lost cannot be regained. So, last is your energy. For sustaining individual growth and physical output, energy is essential. Energy levels vary from person to person according to their physical fitness, mental condition, personality, age, family background, and their standard of living. To conserve energy and to use it most effectively, one must carefully think and plan through the activities so that one can complete the task efficiently. So, the next part is your non-human resource. So, non-human resource include first money. We all require this resource, but it is not equal distributed among us. Some have less of this resource and as compared to others. We need to remember that money is a limited resource and must be spent judiciously to fulfill our requirements. Second is your material resource. Space, furniture, clothes, stationery, food items, etc. are some of the material resource we require these resources to carry out activities. So, next part is your individual and shared resource. So, what is individual resource? These are resources which are available to an individual for personal use only. These can be human or non-human resources. You can your own skill, knowledge, time, your school bag, your clothes, and some of example of individual resource. So, second is your shared resource. These are resources which are available to many members of the community or society. Shared resource can be natural or community based. So, next is your natural and community resource. Natural resources available in nature like water, mountains, air, etc. are natural resources. These are available to all of us in order to protect our environment. Each one of us has the responsibility of judiciously using these resources. So, second, community resource. These resources are available to an individual as a member of community society. These are generally providing by government hospital, doctors, road, parks, and post offices, and some example of community resource. Every individual must strive to optimally use these resources and feel responsible in maintaining them. So, next part is your characteristics of resources. Though we can categorize resources in various ways, they also have certain similarities. The following are some characteristics of resources. First is your utility. Utility means the importance of usefulness of a resource in helping one to achieve a goal. Whether or not a resource has utility depends on the goal and the situation. For example, cow dung is considered waste. So second is accessibility. First, certain resources are more easily available as compared to others. Second, resource may be more easily available to some people as compared to others. Third, the availability of resource change over time. Third is your interchangeability. Almost all the resources have substitutes. If one resource is not available, it can be substituted by another. For example, if your school bus does not arrive on time to pick you up, you can go to school in your car, tractor, bullock carts, or scooter. So, fourth is your manageable. Resources can be managed. Since resources are limited, they should be managed properly and effectively for the optimum utilization. Resources should be used in such a way that we attain maximum output with minimum input of resources. So, all for the today. Thank you.